Hi, and welcome to the first episode of Cocktail Quests. So this channel is going to be devoted for, I guess, me on a quest to make some cocktails. But they're all going to be kind of based on kind of pop culture kind of things. Dungeons and Dragons, Star Wars, Disney. So we're going to do a whole bunch of different pop culture themed cocktails. And we're starting off with Dungeons and Dragons. With the release of the new movie that just came out, we decided what better way to start our new channel with Dungeons and Dragons cocktails. So this is going to be 5 different classes in the Dungeons and Dragons campaign, the 5 classes that they had in the movie, which is a bard, a barbarian, a druid, a paladin, and a sorcerer. So they'll all be coming out, so you'll see a couple of videos coming out as we go along. But today we're starting with the druid. And one of the things that really was kind of really cool in the movie was all the wild shapes, where she changed into the cat, to the mouse, to the fly, to the deer, to the owl bear. And that pissed a lot of people off who play D&D because that's not allowed in the game.
Not to change that many times.
No. If further, you change once, unless you take Circle of the Moon, then at that point you can change twice. But not 17 times. And definitely not into an owl bear. Only turn into beasts. Cats, dogs, mice, deers, those type of things. Can't turn into a dragon or an owl bear like they did in the movie. So we're going to do our first cocktail. And this is going to be kind of druidic inspired, going with some herbal liqueurs and even some herbs on top of that. We're also going to finish off by smoking it with some lavender. So enough jibber jabber, let's get drinking. In your large tin, you're going to add enough ice, fill it up pretty much all the way to the top. So we're going to start off with 2 ounces of gin. And I really should say, you shouldn't start with the gin. Because if you screw up, you waste the gin. So let's not do that.
Start with the cheaper ingredient.
We're going to start with the cheaper ingredient. So we go with some honey syrup. Honey syrup is just 1-to-1 water and honey. So what I do is I buy a bottle of honey, use about half of it, and I fill half of it up with warm water. And that's going to get you your honey syrup. So we're going to go with 1 ounce of honey syrup. 1 ounce of a lime juice, fresh lime juice, or if you know how to make super juice, I'd highly recommend that instead. Next, we're gonna go with some Elderflower Liqueur. This is Saint Germain's, the most common one you're gonna find everywhere.
It's pretty simple, just one.
Yeah, 1, 2. 2 on a gin. So 1 sweetener, 1 sour, and 1 on the herbal, and then 2 on the gin. Now, what I wanted to do is I wanted to go with something, because we're doing the Elderflower Liqueur, I didn't want to go with a really strong botanical gin like a London Dry where it's so much juniper, so much pine. I wanted to tone that down, so we went with a more of American style gin. So we're using Aviation.
Because gin can have like a citrus, juniper.
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing about your American style gins is you're going to have more citrus forward. The junipers and botanicals are there. They're just on the back side, where London Dries are on the front side. So we're using so much herbs in this herbal flavors. I didn't want to overpower that because we're also going to take 2 sprigs of thyme. And we're going to drop that in there when we shake. So you could muddle that. That's a little overkill. Shaking it, the ice beating it up is going to be good enough. And shake the shit out of it.
All right.
All right, hand that strainer right here.
This one.
Yep. And we have ourselves a nice little dainty vintage cocktail glass. And we'll put that there. Not done yet. Like I said, we're going to smoke it with some lavender.
Oh.
All right, so let's get our smoker. Set that upon in there. And let's load that up with some dried lavender. All right. Add that right over here.
The reveal.
Ooh, sorry.
A
Little smoky.
Yeah.
Little smoky. So now that we have that cocktail, we're going to go ahead and we're just going to garnish that with the thyme sprig. All right. So this is Wild Shape. That tastes like I live in a forest. It just absolutely tastes like I live in a forest.
Oh, wow. I like
There's our first cocktail of Cocktail Quest, the Wild Shape.
the wild shape.
So yeah, I love that. Normally when I do something with a gin and elderflower, I normally use lemon juice. Swapping out for the lime juice really just changed the complexity totally. I absolutely love that one. All right, guys, so that's it for our first video. Thank y'all for watching. We'll be having a few more coming out back to back to back, all Dungeons and Dragons themed cocktails. Oh, and by the way, if you know somebody who's on a keto or a low carb diet and you think they might want to drink a little bit, send them over to my other channel, The Low Carb Cocktail Guy. See y'all later.